Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. My name is Maddie, and today I'll be sharing with you my TBR for September as well as anime I plan to watch this month. That is right, we are doing a TBR. So for those of you who don't know what a TBR is, in case you usually watch my anime videos and you're like, what is that? A TBR stands for to be read, and it's videos where you talk about the books you plan to read for that month. So yes, I will be talking about books this time. We're going back to my original roots on this channel, where I used to be a booktube channel before I kind of transferred into doing more anime-based content. I have been really wanting to go back to doing book-related content, even though I have not read a book in 2 years. I have been in a 2-year reading slump. It is ridiculous, but I want to get back into reading, and I want to be able to talk about the books that I am reading. And because I have been grasping at ideas for videos to do on this channel, I thought going back to doing book-related videos would help give me more content ideas for this channel, and so that's why I'm doing it. I'm mixing it in with the anime stuff, and I hope it works out, and I hope y'all are okay with that. I'll still be doing anime-related videos, but I want to mix in book content as well. I really miss doing booktube, so I'm going to try doing some book-related videos again, and I'm really excited for it. So, to start off my return to booktube, I guess, I am going to be sharing with you the books I plan to read this month, and I will also mention the anime that I am going to try this month, or just mixing them into one video. So we're going to start with the books, and with that out of the way, let's just get started. So the book I'm currently reading right now, I say in quotation marks, because I haven't picked it back up in like, I want to say 3 months, maybe 2. It's been a long time. I need to get back into it, and it is a reread, and that is The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So this is a reread. I first read this book probably about 2 years ago when I was actually reading, and I really loved it. Jennifer L. Armentrout is my favorite author. I try to get through all of her books. I really need to start doing that, and I have been trying to make my way through this series, and I've been failing at it because I got into a reading slump, but I really want to try to read this entire series this month. So this series is a spin-off of this author's other series called the Lux series, which is an amazing series. I love that one as well. And it follows one of the characters from that series, obviously, and follows her and her relationship with this guy who is an alien. The thing about the Lux series and this series is that it follows aliens. Not the kind of like typical aliens we know who are like green with big black eyes. These aliens can take on the form of humans, so they can kind of disguise themselves. It's a really cool series. Both the Lux series and this series I would highly recommend. So I put down this book a few months ago. I realistically should start it over because it's been so long since I've read it, and I might have forgotten some things, but I really don't care anymore because I'm already rereading this book. I need to get through it so I can get on to the next book, so I'm just going to pick up where I left off on it and hope I can remember everything. So I'm going to read that one. The next book in the series is, I have it right here actually, it is The Burning Shadow. So if I end up finishing the first one, I'm going to get to this one for sure. The next book is, oh my god, what's the name? It's like, oh my goodness, what is the name? I think it's like The Brightest Night. I'm going to say it's The Brightest Night. That's the third and final book. So I'm going to try to finish this entire series this month. That is my goal. If I don't get into any other books this month, that is fine. I just really want to finish this series because I've been really wanting to read it, and I need to get to it. The first book was so good. I just need to get to the rest of them. So that is my plan. So talking about other books that I plan or hopefully will get to this month, the next one is 𝑘𝑒. So this book came out a while ago. Like, this book came out during the peak of my booktube career. Not the peak, but like in the heart of my booktube career. Like, that was ages ago, and I was interested in it then, but I'm going to try to get to it as soon as I can because my mom just finished reading it, and she's been telling me that I need to get to it because it's so good, and I trust her with book recommendations. She always knows what I love, so because she recommended it to me, I'm going to try to get to it as quickly as I can. I have a vague idea of what it's about. does it like follow a circus? I can't really remember. I know it does have some fantasy element to it, and it has like some kind of circus element to it. That's like all I remember about it. But she said it's good, so I'm going to try to get to it as soon as I can. The next one is a manga. I really want to get into reading more manga. I don't read enough manga. I watch a lot of anime, but manga I just neglect. So I really like to get into more manga. And one manga I do want to start this month is 𝑇𝑜𝑑𝑎𝑦 by Junji Ito. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I think I am. I read this other author's work, which is Uzumaki. That's it. I read that one, I think last year, and I really enjoyed it. And I own Uzumaki, 𝑇𝑜𝑑𝑎𝑦, and then his other one, I think it's Geo or Gio, I'm going to say Geo. And I want to get to 𝑇𝑜𝑑𝑎𝑦 and Geo as soon as possible just because I really loved Uzumaki. So I'm going to try to get to 𝑇𝑜𝑑𝑎𝑦 next. I'm actually really familiar with the main character because I saw the anime, which is the Junji Ito collection, which just consists of short stories from this author all put into one anime. It's kind of like an anthology thing, and it was really interesting. I really was intrigued by 𝑇𝑜𝑑𝑎𝑦. She is very creepy. Her whole story is just eerie as heck, and I'm into it. So I'm going to try to get to this one this month, and I should fly through it because manga I usually can get through pretty quickly, so I'm looking forward to it. And the last book is another reread. It is one of my favorite series of all time, and I've been really wanting to reread this series, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses. If you are familiar with my booktube videos and me as like talking about books back in the day, I talked about this series so much. I am just still in love with this series. I adore it. So I really want to get to this one and read the rest of the books in this series because I have yet to read what's the fourth book called? I'm a fake fan. It is A Court of Silver Flames. That is the most recent book that I need to read, but because I haven't read the series in a long time, I forgot some details, so I want to reread the entire series. Even though the series is super long, I don't mind because I love this series so much. Like, I wanted to reread it anyway. So I'm going to try to get to A Court of Thorns and Roses this month. And as for a summary, if you don't know what A Court of Thorns and Roses is about, it follows this girl who gets taken away by a fairy, or a fae, we'll call them fae. And he takes her away to the fae realm and forces her to live with him because she ended up killing one of his men. So it's kind of like that's her punishment. She has to live with them. And this fairy and his court is under a curse where they have to wear like masquerade masks. And if I remember correctly, the only way to break the curse is if the High Lord of the court, which is this guy, gets a human girl, to fall in love with him. It's actually a Beauty and the Beast retelling, if you couldn't tell from that synopsis. It's very interesting. The first book is hard to get into, especially if you've read the other books. The other books are way better. The first one is kind of like cringy at some points, but it's still worth reading. I highly recommend it if you haven't read it yet. I'm excited to reread it. It should be a good time. So that's it for the books. That's 6 books. I guess that's kind of reasonable. I just really want to take it easy this month because I'm just getting back into reading after not reading for like 2 years. So I don't know if I'll actually be able to read all these books. But like I said, I at least want to get to the Origin series, which is The Darkest Star, the first book. I want to read all those books this month for sure. I'm really going to try to. That's my main goal. And if I can get those done, I'm going to get to the rest of these books. So that is my plan, and hopefully it works out. Now getting into the anime, I only have 2 anime that I plan to watch this month. So not a lot, but I wanted to mention them anyway. The first is season 5 of My Hero Academia. So I have been reacting to this series on my channel. Well, not really. I've reacted to the first 2 episodes, so I haven't gotten far into it. But I do plan to get back into it this month, which means I will have some reaction videos to those episodes coming out, so that's really exciting. I love My Hero Academia. I just love this world, and I've been really excited to dive back into this series. The next anime, I started the first episode and then I never continued with it, but I always plan to, and that is it's a very hard name to say. It is the Quintessential Quintuplets Quintessential. That's how you pronounce it. Quintessential is a hard word to pronounce, but I think I got it right. I saw the first episode to this, and it was good. Wasn't like blown away by it, but I think it is worth giving a further chance. So I'm gonna try to watch the rest of these episodes and see how it goes. It's basically just, you know, a typical harem shoujo type thing. So far it's not anything special, but maybe it'll throw in something, you know, unique into it. We'll just see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. And that is basically it. The books I plan to read this month and the anime I'm going to try to watch this month. And hopefully it all goes well. I think setting these goals for myself when it comes to books and anime is really, really good, because I tend to really neglect reading and watching anime when I do not set goals like this. So I think these videos will really help me, and they might just become a regular thing. We'll see how it goes. If I do finish these books and watch this anime, I'll come back at the end of the month for a wrap-up and let you know my thoughts on these books and the anime that I mentioned. And hopefully I'll have good things to say about them. Hopefully they'll be like 5-star watches and reads. And I guess that's it. One more thing, I'm super happy to be back here filming. This feels so good. It's been hard to get, like I said, motivation to film, but this feels really, really nice. And this was fortunately a really, really easy video to film, so I'm feeling good right now. And I am aware that the quality of this video is probably not the best. I am waiting for the tripod that I ordered to replace the one that I broke to arrive, and that'll probably take like a week, so we're just gonna have to deal with this sort of setup right now. I'm just filming on my phone, but it's not so bad, I guess. I just really can't wait to actually get my tripod and film on my camera like I used to. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more anime-related videos, and I guess book-related videos now, since that's what I'm probably going to be doing. And I will see you in my next one, hopefully really soon. Bye!